Welcome you back, everyone. Today's sermon is has a title which says that how to fulfill the promise. Do you fulfill the promise? Whenever you promise someone or whenever you request God to do for you something, do you remember whatever request and you fulfill as the way you promised, or after achieving what you want, then that is the end of it? I want us to learn a lesson from this person or from this family, that in life, whenever you are struggling to do something, or whenever you are requesting something from God, and God indeed have done it to you, you should remember Him, and you should give thanks, and you fulfill what you promised God that you will do after achieving. Some of our friends and some of us who have been at school, who have been struggling to get jobs, then you pray fast, you say, God, when you give me a job, I will give you tithe and offering, I will do charitable work, I will help the needy, I will do ABCD. Then eventually, God answers your prayer and you get a job, you start earning money. When you start earning money, you forget what you promised that you will do. You will help the needy. You will hear someone have got an accident, they need to take her to the hospital, or they are requesting some much amount of money, but we cannot contribute. You hear there are some children, orphans, they don't have parents, they don't have school fees. You cannot give them at least half of their tuition. You're not doing charitable work. You're not helping the blind, the elderly. You don't mind because you're seeing the money you're getting, even you cannot complete your problems. Then you fail to remember what you promised to God. And really, it's very bad. Whenever you request God to do for you something, as you request Him to do for you the favor of getting what to eat, or where to sleep, or a job, what to earn, also remember what you promised. That God, really, you did it for me, and I really appreciate. Here, there was a man called Ericana. Ericana had two wives. One was called Penina and another one was called Hannah. Among the two wives, God blessed Penina to have kids, to have children, and it is so joyful to have children, so amazing. So Hannah never had children, and his life was miserable. He had no joy because he had no children. And his husband was happy with another wife who have children. Anna could not feel it at well. Sometimes when we fail to get something, we take a position of going to clubs, taking alcohol, do something that will make and take away stresses or thinking about our plans, which is not the solution. The only solution is God in whichever thing, in whichever problems, in whichever request, in whichever challenge that have come into your life. My dear friend, this lady Hannah really requested you. She could pray, she could fast, she could fail what to eat. She could not be comfortable at all in this condition of childless. People who are married, you understand what I'm saying. And people who are not yet married, try to understand. Because you never know what you may find. You may delay to have a child and you lose up hope. You fail to become patient. But I'm trying to encourage you, the earlier the better. Those ones who have not yet conceived, pray hard like Hannah did. Hannah prayed, he prayed, he prayed, he prayed and fasted. He said, "Oh God, I request you for a child. When you give me a child, this child will be yours. He will do your work." Then the servant of God, Eli, prayed to Anna. They prayed, they prayed, they fasted, they requested God. Anna could cry for God. One day, Eli told Anna that God will answer your prayer. God will wipe away your tears of childless. You will have a baby boy. Indeed, God will have answered your prayer. Hannah conceived, so amazing, conceived and gave a birth to a baby boy, and that boy was called Samuel. Samuel was the son of Hannah. For the time that Hannah had spent childless life, a miserable life without a child, God blessed him with a baby boy called Samuel. And her husband, Elkanah, they went to a church. They take gifts and offerings, sacrifice to appreciate God for the blessed child that he have given to the family. Anna said, "I will not go. As I promised God that this child will be his servant, I will wait to the age of that time. Then when I take this child to God, he will be there to do God's work." His husband was not worried, was happy. He responded his wife Hannah that let it be the way you have spoken it. Yes, indeed, the time reached. Samuel, at a young age, her mother took her to God as he promised. Samuel did the work of God. It was so amazing that Hannah fulfilled the promise that he asked God, that when you give me a child, he will not be mine, he will be yours, he will be your servant, he will proclaim your name, he will do your work, which was so nice. In our real life, have we become Hannah? You might not be requesting a child, you might be requesting for job, you might be requesting riches, you may be requesting wealthy, many things, properties. But after getting money, you have constructed many apartments, you have got too much cars, then you forget God. You cannot give thanks and offerings. You not give tithes. You cannot help the charitable work after that God have provided all those things to you. Really, it's not coming. If you do a promise with God, do the needful as this lady did. God blessed her. Some of us, we have requested God to give us children. We have requested God to bless our families. But after all that God have blessed with you children, instead of showing your children the right way, the right track of God, the right thing that they should do, you don't care. Instead, you're teaching them things that really shame the name of God. Really, that shameful things that God is not happy with. I'm telling you, my friend, I'm telling you, my fellow, my people, you who are there, that God feels happy whenever you promise or whenever you request something from Him and you really fulfill whatever things you said. God does not need your money. God does not need anything from you. The only thing that God needs is to praise Him, is to help the needy, the sick, the disabled, the orphans, the widows and widowers, people in prisoners, the refugees, people who don't have anything, street kids, mad people around there. If you help such a kind of people, you have done the will of God. That is what God really needs us to do. Don't forget the promise that we have made with you, God. Don't fail to give a sacrifice to God, because He have made you what you are. Some of us, when we feel we have got something like money or wealthy, we forget what we are supposed to do. Some have thought that having riches or wealthy is the best of all things. No, it is not. I want to encourage you guys who are there that you don't know the oxygen you're breathing comes from, where it comes from, and where it goes. You might have everything you feel you want. You might move in any nation, in any country, in each and every place that you feel you want, because you have money, but it is useless. Don't be proud. Don't feel you are important. You are useless in front of God. We human beings, we are nothing. I want to tell you that it's good when you promise God or when you request something or God have given you something, you have to appreciate Him and you have to fulfill the promise and you have to help the needy because you don't have time on this earth. You don't know when you shall die or when you will die. God knows. If He said today you will not breathe, it will be the end of your life. I'm telling you, it will be the end of your life. So it's better for you to know that God is above all, is above everything you're seeing on this earth. Whatever security, whichever assurance you have, whichever things you feel you are, you cannot buy life. I'm telling you, my brother. I'm telling you, my sister. I'm telling you, my neighbor. I'm telling you, my good viewers, that in life, even though we are rich, even though we have money, even though we are in a good nation that really cares about our children and really care about us, I'm telling you this, that there are things you cannot buy and there are things you cannot get. If God fails to provide, then that is the end. There is life. You cannot buy life even though you become rich like what? So fulfill the promise. Remember what God have done for you as the way Hannah did. This story, it is in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 1, beginning from verse 1 to verse 27. Read there and you know and you strengthen your belief and really remember the promise that whenever you promise and whenever you make a request and God have done the needful, you do the needful, give thanks, give sacrifice, then God will bless you more and more. May God bless you. Don't fail to subscribe for more interesting sermons and more stories that encourages us in the walk and steps to move in life with God. May God bless you.